gotten this far by just out politicking what I liked about the speech, and it's a politician's speech, so it is what it is, but he sticks to things that nobody can disagree with. Like, we don't torture. So now if you're going to argue him, you're going to have to be the pro-torture guy. He comes out there and goes, I support the soldiers. Yeah, I support our soldiers. Our soldiers deserve to be taken care of and treated well. And are you going to be the jerk to say, no, we got to shut those VA hospitals? And he really has a talent for, and I think it comes from his organizing days of knowing that the way to get things done is personal interest, but you saw it last night in the two different, his speech versus the rebuttal, which is that the Republican technique in politics has always just been to sort of terrify people. He's a terrorist, this is bad, and you take action because of that. And like last night, the rebuttal was just, this thing's going to cost us money, it's going to be a disaster, but I didn't really hear any numbers. I didn't hear any numbers from Obama either, but he's like, we're going to be number one in education. Well, I can get behind that.
Right.
So I think that's,
So again, it's finding these issues that
it's a matter
where
of,
there's a broad common ground.
Yeah, and he's also, his technique for getting things done, and we'll see if it works this time, is to present all the facts to the American people in such a way that if you shoot them down, you're the guy who's shooting down education. You're the guy who hates healthcare.
Health and education, I think, are huge racial issues. We look at healthcare disparities between African American and white Americans, access to healthcare, et cetera. So by simply approaching this as a grand topic has big consequences as a racial issue. Education as well. I think education is the #1 civil rights issue of our time. And you were talking about Barack saying he wants to be the education president. Every president says that. George Bush 1 wanted to be the education president. George Bush 2 passed No Child Left Behind. With working very closely with Senator Kennedy, he too wanted to be the education president. I think you remember his line about the soft bigotry of low expectations. The question is, will any of them succeed? I mean, there's some very difficult, intractable problems when it comes to education policy. One of the places Barack has tried to, President Obama, I should say, has tried to forge a compromise with teachers' unions by saying we want accountability, you get higher pay and we see results. He's also pro-charter schools. A lot of libertarians and conservatives would like to see him also be pro-voucher. That's a hot button issue for the education community. But in terms of, is there a racial angle to these? Absolutely, there is.